Fire rescue.
Oh, my house is on fire.
Okay, ma'am, what is your address?
5 Caps Court, CAPPS.
Okay, we'll have someone there right away. Do me a favor and get everybody out of the house.
I can't get my grandmother out.
Okay, where in the house is she?
She's upstairs sleeping.
Okay, is that on the second floor, the front, the rear, or where?
I think it's the front, the back of the third floor.
Okay, we're on the way. Get yourself out of the house.
Okay.
Number 5, Caps Court. Outfire. Engine 31, incoming 829. Truck 31, rescue flight for engine 2.
Just a few minutes before dawn on Christmas morning mean the difference between life and death.
311's on the scene. We have heavy fire sounding. Start the second alarm, would you please?
As the call for a second alarm sounds, Rockville firefighters revive a woman they pulled lifeless from the burning house. Inside, volunteers working side by side with career county firefighters keep the flames from spreading to adjacent units. The townhome is a total loss, but a life and a community have been saved. Still, our Rockville firefighters go the extra mile to try to salvage for this family what is left of a horrible Christmas. I'm Ted Koppel. I live in this community, and knowing that these volunteers will be there anytime we need them makes me feel much more safe and secure, and with good reason. In an average year, the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department answers 18,000 calls for fires and medical emergencies. And as the community grows, so will the demand for emergency services. Our fire department stands ready to meet the challenge. Rockville wasn't always a sprawling suburban city, and in the early days of the RVFD, protecting life and property was often a matter of luck more than skill. Back in the 20s, firefighting was neither sophisticated nor glamorous. Even vaudeville poked fun at it.
Hello? Yes, this is the firehouse, yes. What's that? Oh, is that so? Oh, that's too bad. Hold the wire, please. I'll find out. Wake up the boys and ask them if they feel like going to a fire.
Boys, would you like to go to a fire?
No!
Folks in Rockville didn't worry about a fire department until the Collins family store on Montgomery Avenue burned in 1921. Then they acted swiftly. They elected Dr. O.M. Linthicum president. Joseph Howes was fire chief. And Marbury Gates was one of the 51 original members of the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department.
We did the best we could with what we had, and we had no water facilities outside of the town, so until we got a motorized piece of equipment that we could carry some water on it, why, it was futile for us to go to a fire. Many a time, why, we went out on a call and just had to watch the building burn.
The first pumper was a 1922 Model T Waterous Ford. It was quartered in the first firehouse, the ground floor of the old courthouse building. The equipment it carried, primitive by today's standards, was adequate for the occasional house or barn fire in this still tiny rural community. As Rockville grew, adding major secondary roads, superhighways, shopping malls, businesses, and a major technology corridor, the number of calls increased dramatically. The department added members and equipment. Today, the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department fleet consists of 9 pumpers, 2 ladder trucks, 2 aerial towers, 7 ambulances, a heavy rescue squad, and staff support vehicles. The RVFD also operates Montgomery County's only collapse rescue unit. The equipment the fleet carries is far more sophisticated than the simple hose lines of that 1922 Waterous Ford. That's partly because firefighters today face more and varied challenges requiring specialized skills. Emergency medical services, once characterized as scoop and scram, have evolved into highly technical life-saving skills. Today, every firefighter is an emergency medical technician with hundreds of hours of schooling and field training. All Rockville Volunteer Fire Department ambulances are equipped with basic life-saving equipment. The paramedic units carry medications as well. All rely heavily on computer and radio transmissions to work with local hospitals. The result is an efficient emergency medical services system among the best in the country. Computerization in other areas, in dispatching calls and updating street maps, for instance, makes emergency medical services and firefighting more efficient. Technologically advanced radios and more radio channels provide a vital lifeline among firefighters.
Units on the scene responding. Push to 10-1 for operation.
But at an emergency scene, state-of-the-art equipment is of little use to the craftsman without the skill to use it. Thus, the cardinal rule of firefighting: training, training, training. Supported both by our tax dollars and contributions from our community, each and every firefighter, volunteer, or county employee receives identical training at Montgomery County's Public Service Training Academy. Our firefighters are issued the latest in protective gear to assure personal safety in dangerous working conditions. But state-of-the-art equipment carries state-of-the-art prices, and until very recently, each fire department was expected to pay for its own equipment. To raise money, the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department would hold benefit suppers. Families or hungry guests could eat their fill of turkey or ham for only 75 cents. Perhaps that's why today's firefighters are renowned as good cooks. But the staple of Rockville's fundraising activities was the annual Firemen's Carnival. For 2 weeks each summer, department members would plan the events, man the booths, and raise enough money to equip the volunteers, buy new apparatus, and build new firehouses. Station 23 on Rollins Avenue opened in 1963. Station 3 on Hungerford Drive, the RVFD headquarters, opened in 1966. And Station 33 on Falls Road was opened in 1970. Station 31 on Darnestown Road moved from its temporary quarters in 1989. Station 31 is the only Rockville firehouse owned by Montgomery County. By the mid-1970s, the fire department got too busy to take time off for a carnival. But prudent money management allows the department to use proceeds from decades ago to buy equipment today and help defray current operating costs by supplementing our tax dollars. But the biggest single expense in running a fire department is labor. That's where the volunteer undeniably makes a contribution to every single tax-paying household. Though the summer carnivals are gone, the RVFD still takes very seriously its responsibility for public outreach. Each year during fire prevention, Rockville stations open their doors to the community.
Call the January meeting to order.
At monthly meetings, each volunteer who has completed the minimum training and probationary requirements becomes a full member of the department with an equal vote on department matters. Volunteer members serve on special committees to handle specific department business. And the volunteer members of the RVFD Board of Directors set department policy. The full-time office staff provides support for the volunteer leadership. But it is still the volunteers who run this organization. Their esprit de corps, the brotherhood, is unequaled in any other volunteer organization. Maybe it's the danger, perhaps it's the sense of accomplishment in really helping a neighbor. Whatever their reasons for volunteering, these brave men and women welcome new members to their ranks and bid farewell to those who've moved on. For some folks, volunteering runs in the family. The Wilts have been a part of the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department for 3 generations.
I think the reason behind volunteering, I think it's one of the most satisfying things that somebody could do is help other people, and really it's not expecting anything in return. It's just the satisfaction of helping somebody who really needs it.
Well, I think the outlook is good, but it doesn't come without hard work. I think that we need to get out into the community, continue to get the young people, the children in our community interested in becoming volunteer firefighters, and setting up programs that would focus on that, to continue to rebuild a revolving, I guess the best way to put it, a revolving group of individuals through time that will continue to serve the community.
The future of the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department is founded in its past. The deep pride and satisfaction felt by every member of the department, past and present, is evident every day. You see it in their faces, you hear it in their voices, and you feel it in their conviction.
I only wish that I had another 70 years to give the fire service. I've enjoyed it, and I haven't done it for thrills or anything like that. I've just done it to be a good citizen.